I'd always been a little scared to play Elite Deluxe because the only info I had about it was that apparently it was a difficulty hack. Everyone had sung their songs and praises for this thing, but I heard the words difficulty hack and I avoided it like the plague. I had this belief that I couldn't really ever complete a difficulty hack and would just be wasting everyone's time, so I never bothered touching any of them. Until now, I guess. But after watching so many videos on it and seeing how cool it looked, I decided to do my own research and learn just how much you can curate your experience to where even a dumb baby like me could beat it. So our journey begins being stopped by Brendan to help me choose which star Pokemon will appear when I go save Birch. I decided to go with one of my favorite types, the Ghost type. Reaching Birch, I pick up Spooky the Phantom, and with Spooky, we see some of the awesome changes with Elite Redux. Every Pokemon has 4 abilities, 3 intrinsic ones, and 1 that can be swapped with 3 different options. So in a way, you have 7 whole abilities to use. Moves and IVs are easily changeable, and you can also easily get to the level cap as well. Entering the next town, we get to the next big thing in Redux, the Redux Pokemon, who are new forms for already existing Pokemon. Entering what I'm calling the Redux Station, because I forgot what it's actually called, we grab our first Redux, Jelly, the Water-type Rocks. Before our battle with Brendan, we also catch Toonie the Kricketune. Challenging Brendan, we defeat his Trico with Toonie's Leech Life. He then sends out Goomy. Toonie slashes, giving Goomy the new status effect Bleeding. I lose Toonie to Goomy's hidden power and send out Spooky, defeating Brendan with a Seed Bomb. Heading throughout 102, we add Moody the Gothita and Punchy the Mienfoo, and later add Woody, the Grass-type Redux Shinx. Reaching Petalburg, I took a chance to appreciate the slight changes to the towns, and adds another layer of character to Elite Redux. After helping out Wally, we head towards Rustboro. In Rustboro, we grab Shifty, the Redux Panseer, and is a Dark type. Entering the gym, we learn how a gym operates. Every gym trainer is completely optional, but with every gym trainer defeated, we take away some kind of advantage the gym leader would otherwise have. So after defeating all the extra gym trainers, we go and challenge Roxanne. Her Anorith takes out Woody, so we send in Punchy to defeat Anorith. Redux Noibat takes out Punchy, and Moody defeats Noibat with an eerie spell, and we lose into a bubble from Corsola. After Spooky defeats Corsola, he nearly defeats Nosepass, but unlucky paralysis leads to his defeat. Jelly defeats Nosepass and gets critted by the leap, leaving you with just Shifty, who opens with a Fan Attack thanks to its ability Low Blow. Low Blow plus the paralysis from Jelly's defeat means Shifty can safely foul play the leap, getting us our first badge. After Roxanne's fight, we grab Bitey the Mawile, a dark ghost type, Spicy the Synestia, a dragon ghost type, and Denji the Citadel, a steel type. We defeat the Aqua Grunt and head towards Dewford Town. After reaching its shores, we grab the Firewater Swablu named Shanae, because apparently I can fuck up spelling shiny. Entering Granite Cave, we meet up with Steven, who unlike most playthroughs actually wants to battle us. He opens with Mawile against Shanae, who defeats Mawile with a flamethrower. Up next is the new Water Rock, Layron. He defeats Shinae. Baye takes him out with Shadow Fangs and falls to Cradily. Denji is then sent out, defeating Cradily with Iron Fangs, and his final Pokemon Matang falls to Bleeding, and Denji's Night Slash getting us the win. With Steven's delivery completed, we can enter Brawley's gym, and after taking out his gym trainers, we challenge the main man himself. He opens with a Fighting Steel Poniard against Shinae, who instantly takes it out with a Flamethrower. Low Kicks gets a crit on Shinae, but Jelly comes in getting a crit right back, taking out Low Kicks and Palmo. Jelly eventually falls to Toxicroak, so we send out Baidi to defeat it, and Hariyama getting badge number 2 and ending day 1. We begin with kicking Team Aqua out of the museums in Slateport with our newly evolved team and new member of the team, Macy, the Water Poison Tinkaton. We take out the Grunt and then get challenged by Archie. Macy takes out Crobat and falls to Toadscroll, who defeats most of my team, but falls to Woody along with Sharpedo, defeating Archie. He also had a Garchomp. I forgot to mention the Garchomp. He had one of those too. Woody took it out. After defeating Archie, we grab the Redux Mincino Slushy, an Ice Fairy type, and get its new evolution, Frostucino. Heading up, we reach Brendan for a quick battle, and I would love to tell you how this battle went down, but I paused my recording to go get some food and forgot to unpause it until after we beat him, so that's my bad. Really sorry about that one. But hey, look, we're in Mauville City, and look at the shiny new team members, Medi the Poison Dark Dodrio, and Ravy the Electric Ghost Exploud. Beating the gym trainers, we go and challenge Watson. He opens with the new Pokemon, Clawtificer, against Ravy, defeating the Fire Electric Ice Artificer with Shadow Fangs. Manectric defeats Ravy, so we send out Woody, taking out Manectric with Fertile Fangs. Magnezone defeats Woody, so we send out Medi, taking out Magnezone. We defeat Dedenne with a Fumigation Bomb, and Medi falls to Electrode. Slushy gets Electrode Frostbite before getting taken out, and Bitey takes out both Electrode and Exploud, getting us the win. In Mauville, we grab Rady to fight in Go's Aegislash, and head towards Meteor Falls, seeing some brand new mons along the way. Reaching Meteor Falls, we battle Courtney and Team Magma with Brendan. I open with Rady, and Brendan opens with Cosplay Pikachu. Rady's Clay Darts take out Ninetales, and Pikachu defeats Shiftry, and Rady takes out Alakazam. Pikachu takes out both Charizard and Sigilyph, and Rady takes out Clefable, defeating Team Magma, and Team Aqua shows up to scare them back to Mount Chimney, where we can finally end their scheme. Reaching the top, we confront Maxie. Jelly defeats his Groudon Heat, but falls to Porygon 2's Flash, and Rady takes out Porygon 2, Camerupt, and Reverum before going down to Venusaur. Denji defeats Venusaur, and Macy takes out Zvelios, defeating Maxie and forcing Team Magma out of Mount Chimney. With the Magma situation taken care of, I enter Lava Ridge and enter the gym, meeting Trolley-chan and challenging Flannery. I was ready to completely sweep with Jelly, considering I had done that to most of her gym trainers, but she opens with the Sunflora and quickly squashes that idea. Thankfully, May's able to pick up where Jelly left off and go through most of Flannery's team without going down until the Tortemple. Tortemple is a beefy boy, but Bai is able to finally finish it off with a Black Magic, getting badge number 4 and ending day 2. We start day 3 by adding Silly the Psychic Fairy Serini to the team. We then head to the desert area of the Hoenn region, battling our way through placeholder trainers until we get to Team Magma's desert base. I run into my dad, who recommends I sneak my way inside, and we begin the stealth section. It isn't too hard, I only get caught a couple of times, and make it inside the pyramid. Reaching the top, there's a blockade. Luckily, Team Aqua bursts through, breaking the blockade, giving us an opening to Maxie and Courtney. Maxie sicks Courtney on me to buy more time, and Courtney kicks my ass over and over again. I eventually add Coley, the Grassfire Arcanine, and challenge her for the final time. Ninetales defeats Bitey, so we send out Jelly, taking out Ninetales. Klefki takes out Jelly with the Light of Ruin, so we send out Coley, defeating Klefki. Redux Houndoom, a ghost type, defeats Coley and Rady. Medi takes out Houndoom and falls to Gramble, leaving just Silly. Silly defeats Gramble and is faster than both Lilligant and Charizard, grabbing victory from the jaws of defeat. With Courtney defeated, Team Aqua takes this chance to confront Team Magma, but Maxie and Courtney teleport out of there before anything can escalate too far. With the Magma situation brought to a close, we can head back to Petalburg to finally take on my father. He gives me access to Mega Evolution and then proceeds to beat me down with his team. I add Drakey, the dragon fighting Machamp, and Surfy, the water fighting Infernape, to the team. He still beats me the first time, so I was planning to just try different strategies and ended up accidentally getting the win. Tauros defeats Drakey, but Drakey does some great damage, leading to Surfy taking out Tauros. Surfy falls to Sawsbuck, so we send out Medi, defeating Sawsbuck and Asmodee. Losing Medi to Porygon Z, we send in Rady, taking out Porygon Z, but he falls to a Mega Banette. We Mega Evolve Jelly, defeating Banette, and Talonflame, defeating our father. With our father defeated, we grab the Fairy Dragon Hydreigon, Sparkly. We then reach the weather station battling Team Aqua. I get my way through the grunt with my screensaver ass Mega Symbol. We beat Shelly, kick out Team Aqua, leading to another difficult fight with Brendan. Brendan's team is rough, the main offender being his Mega Sceptile, who's faster than most of my team and hits like a truck. We were able to take out his Lightning with Rady, but lose him to a Fantal, who's also a pretty annoying member of the team. Jelly defeats Fantal with a false surrender and deals some good damage to Goodra. Surfy is then sent out taking care of Goodra with an Ice Punch. Cosplay Pikachu defeats Surfy, so we send out Silly. Sceptile nearly falls to Silly, but swaps to Rabsca, another surprisingly annoying member of the team. Thankfully, Woody can take care of Rabsca, but falls to a Fury Cutter, leaving just Sparkly, and thanks to our Fairy type over Sceptile. Sceptile can only use Grass type moves, meaning we can get the win thanks to the Resistance. With that over, we have one last challenge for the day. Winona. Before challenging her, we add the Fire and Rock type Tyranitar Maggie, and the Rock Ghost Noivern Jemmy, and the Electric Ghost Chandelure Lampy. Winona opens with the Swellow against Maggie, and Maggie is able to easily defeat the Swellow and the Aerodactyl. The Steelfire Skarmory defeats both Maggie and Jemmy, so we send out Silly, defeating it but falling to a Corviknight. Jelly takes out the Corviknight, and Lampy defeats Tropius and burns Mega Altaria, leading to its defeat, getting us what is probably the cleanest gym battle and ending day 3. Welcome to day 4 of the Elite Redux playthrough. And before we begin, if you do enjoy what you see, please do subscribe. Day 4 starts with me entering Mount Pyre to confront Team Aqua. The climb itself was not that bad, and we battle Archie at the peak of Mount Pyre. Woodsy defeats his Lantern, but his Sharpedo holds on with the Focus Sash, and with Opportunist, and Ice Fang takes out Woody. Jelly takes out Sharpedo, Redux Garchomp, and Goodra, and then falls to a Mega Crobat. Maggie is able to take out the Crobat, but loses to a Wishy-Washy. So we sent out Sparkly defeating Archie, and with Team Aqua defeated and kicked out of Mount Pyre, we are giving a lead to get to Team Magma's hideout. Reaching the end of their hideout, Maxie uses the correct orb to awake Groudon, and getting tired of my meddling, battles me. We take out his Deoxys with Woody, and Porygon Z with Jelly. Bronto Nana falls to a Dazzling Gleam, and BKM a Shadow Claw. Camerupt and Volcarona go down to a Dragon Pulse, defeating Maxie. Groudon heads to the surface, Maxie chasing after it, and right after Team Magma actually invites me to just go to Sleeport with them to stop Team Aqua, Aqua obviously just takes off to the submarine, and after storming their hideout and defeating Matt, we then reach a much colder Moss Deep City. Grabbing Lurky, the water goes Garchomp. I entered this gym pretty confident considering most of my team were either super effective typing-wise or had super effective moves, and clearly Tate and Liza were really prepared for that because the entire battle is an inverse battle. It took way too many attempts before I even realized this was happening, so after a big rearrange of the team and adding Barry, the grass ground Mamoswine, we came back fresh and ready to win. I opened with Silly and Macy defeating Oranguru, ending its ability Friend Guard. We do lose Macy, but set up some Toxic Spikes, replacing them with Woody. Mega Slowking is sent in, and as we defeat Delphox, both Silly and Woody go down. They're replaced with Drakey and Barry, and as Slowking dies to poison, we do unfortunately lose Barry, leaving just Drakey and Surfy versus Lunatone and Medicham. Drakey launches a Sky Uppercut, creating Lunatone, and Medicham falls to poison from Toxic Spikes. This means Lunatone can't take us both out, getting the victory over Tate and Liza. We then add Soli, the Bug Dart Celine Umbra, the new evolution to Volcarona, and we kick Team Magma out of Moss Deep with Steven. We then head towards the Seafloored Cavern, getting through a strength puzzle that on my soul is harder than the original, because if it isn't and I took that long at something I should know how to do, I will never sleep. Reaching Archie, he summons Kyogre, and obviously we have to battle him after that. We take out his Fion with the second Moongeist Beam thanks to Soul's ability, which after every Ghost type move, they send out a weaker Moongeist Beam. Mega Sharpedo defeats Soli, so we send out Drakey, taking out Sharpedo. We use some decent damage to Garchomp, losing Drakey. Woodsy easily defeats Garchomp, and his next Pokemon is a surprisingly strong Kilowattrel. From previous attempts, I know Silly's the only one who can actually live a move from Kilowattrel, and actually one-shot with Sparkling Aria. Up next is Dreadnought, a new evolution for Delmise. It takes out Silly, so we send out Jelly to defeat it, and to just be safe, Mega Evolve Jelly to take out Goodra, defeating Archie. With Archie defeated, the Hoenn region's, about to end, but yippee, hooray, Rayquaza showed up without me having to wake him up, so the crisis kind of just sorts itself out the second we beat them. And with that, we can go challenge the final gym leader, who's actually double battle with Juan and Wallace. They surprisingly only had 4 Pokemon between them, opening with Storming and Gardevoir. Gardevoir falls to a Moongeist Beam, and we defeat Storming with the Eclipse. So with Crawdonless and Dewgong finally going down, we're able to finally get the final batch. Psych! Yeah, no, they want a round 2 with their ace team this time, and I get no healing in between. We start with Soli and Silly versus Ferrothorn and Tinkaton. Tinkaton falls easy to a Psychic, and Ferrothorn sets up a Leech Seed. Their Kingdra Mega evolves, which makes it fall a lot easier than Dazzling Gleam, and Ferrothorn goes down to Soli's favorite move, Moongeist Beam. Milotic didn't even really get a turn to do anything, and their final Pokemon is the God King known as Magikarp, or at least I assume it would be something like a God King if it even got a turn to do anything. And with that, for real this time, we defeat Wallace and Juan, getting badge number 8. We begin with Victory Road and Wally wishing for one final battle. He opens up with Redux Tyranitar versus Jelly, and a flinch from Aqua Badge means Jelly takes no damage and defeats Tyranitar. Up next is Shaman. Jelly nearly defeats Shaman, but just can't get enough damage even with the Mega Evolution, falling to Mega Drain. I then send out Surfy taking it out with the Cutesy Slap. Surfy is also way faster than Mega Gallade, defeating it with the same move. Magnezone takes out Surfy and switches to Garchomp. I send in Soli into the Soli Classic of 2 Moongeist Beams, defeating Garchomp, Polartic, and Magnezone, defeating Wally one last time. We then enter the gauntlet that is Victory Road, going through challenging fight after challenging fight. Hell, even near the end, we ran into some of Champion Mustard's student/disciples. But it did mean some older team members like Denji and Shine got a chance to shine once again. Once through the Victory Road and reaching the Elite Four, we finalize our team, and after a handful of attempts, get a decent lay of the land for at least the opening half of the Elite Four. We begin with Sydney, and Surfy is able to kind of just sweep his entire team with no issue at all. This is thanks to its ability Raging Boxer, making all punching moves hit twice, with the second one being a weaker version of the original move. So with moves like Cutie Slap and 1-inch Punch hitting 2 times, Sydney's team didn't stand a chance. For Phoebe, we have something closer to an actual battle than just a complete wash. I open with Sparkly Mega Evolving as Dusknoir sets up a Trick Room. Sparkly sadly does not get to do much of anything with his Mega Evolution, falling to Aegislash. The Trick Room ends as we send out Jelly, who takes out Aegislash but falls to Mega Sableye, mainly thanks to his ability Coward, which basically sets up a free Protect on switches. So we send in Solely to do Solely things, hitting the Moongeist Beam and defeating the rest of Phoebe's team. Up next is the major roadblock for most of my attempts. Glacia. Her Aurorus was a wall of defense, taking less damage from super effective moves, and just moves in general, especially with Aurora Veil. This time, however, I walked in with a loaded gun, called Moongeist Beam. We get a crit to make sure it stays down, and Solely also defeats Polartic and Redux and Polia. Then the next major player of this team goes out, Ice Cube. This mod is stupidly fast in the hail, it hits surprisingly hard. Combine that with Ice Face, and you have a beast of a team member. This time I came prepared though. Knowing Surfy has priority with punching moves, in the first move Glacia always uses his belly drum, meaning that with Mach Punch, we can defeat the second major threat. Surfy falls to Sopranis, so we send out Jilly to take care of both Sopranis and Mega Frostlass, defeating Glacia. For the final member of the Elite Four, Drake, we take care of Walking Wake, Regidrago, and Fujiflap with Solely before falling to Arcaludon. Silly defeats the Arcaludon but falls to Akira. Christ, his team is insane. Sparkly is able to live a crit slash, defeating Kieran with a Flirt Cannon, and defeats Mega Machamp, taking out Drake. With Drake defeated, we only have Steven left, and I would love to regale you with a tale of a hard-fought battle. But yeah, no, Solely said let me solo him, and proceeded to turn Steven into a pile of ash. This Pokemon is so fucking broken. Oh my god. But with all that said, we reached the end of the Elite Redux playthrough, and Solely fully solidified themselves as the GOAT. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I know this isn't Solar Eclipse Day, I think it would be day 4, but I got a new computer and my Solar Eclipse stuff when it moved over didn't take over my save, so I kind of gotta play catch up right now. So it's gonna be a second, but hey, we'll probably finish up Elite Redux and then continue Solar Eclipse. That's all I really gotta say. Bye bye. Subscribe if you did enjoy. Bye 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 bye.